Hey, Claudia.
Hello.
Hey, can you all hear me?
Yes. How's it going, guys?
I'm pretty
Good. How's everybody doing?
I'm going to start. Oh, go ahead.
Guys, I'm gonna unfortunately not be able to join you this evening. I'm at a family event, but just wanted to hop in and make sure you got started okay. Reach out to me on school if I can do anything for you, and have a great session.
Hey, Vince.
Yes, sir.
When you get a chance, I don't have access to that. Yeah, to the platform, so I'm gonna use my.
Yeah, of course. I'll look into
Yep.
that for you tonight, though.
Okay, it still say almost a member.
All right, I'll make sure I get that corrected for you,
Okay, that sounds great,
guys. All right, have a great night. Thank you.
All right,
bye.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna start with I'm gonna do a Thor hard questions, and just raise your hand or chime in if you have any questions or anything. All right. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Claudia?
Oh, hi, guys.
I think there's only 3 people online.
I see more. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, fine. All right. So far as want to have selected D. And just give me a thumbs up when you ready to move on to the next one. All right. Obviously, there's only 2 of us. All right, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go with
Yeah, I think it's C2. I read it too quick. I think the first group is for the manufacturer, and then I think they asking for the MAC address of the device, not the manufacturer.
yeah, I think the first 4. I think the first 4. I was confused with the device. Did it mean device of the switch or the host? So I'm just assuming the host. And so we can select that. You want to go with C? Cool. Let's see if we're right or wrong there. It's this one right here. Let's go read that. Let me go back and look at that right quick. Oh, you know what? So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so the double zeros, I do notice when you have the double colons there, that's all zeros in between that. So the 4 would be 6789.000:000 187. Anyone want to chime in on that one, or everyone good? It's good to go. All right. We have 3 B's. We got 2 A's. I'm gonna go with the A2. So we have 4 B's. So I guess we can do like since it's 4. You all want to go with A? Thumbs up, or B? Sound like we tied there. Okay. All right, go with A. That's good. Anybody want to chime in on this one? Go ahead, Claudia. You're on mute.
Yes. So the question said we were hired as penetration testers. So we're penetration testers, and we have to. What should the tester do? You're a tester. You have to notify your client of what you saw, and it's not like you're the actual employees. If you're the actual, if you're working in there, then you do B for incident response. So basically looking at the question, who are you and what are you asked to do? Who are you in the scenario of this question? Not what should you do for this issue?
That's exactly. Yeah, I guess when you're reading, we're always thinking like technical and not realizing that we're more of the manager. So that is correct there. Anyone else? Give me a thumbs up if you want to move on. Awesome. All right. Put a little check right there. That was a good one there. Right. Okay. Like everyone's, we have 3 D's, 3 D's and 2 C's. So we're going to go with the D. Awesome. Just give me a thumbs up if everyone is fine. Or go ahead, Claudia.
I have a question for those people that thought of the information systems planning, a C. What drew you to that one and not security? No judgment, just wanting to understand the logic so it can help some other people.
As a DBA, I believe you have to take security into consideration. So when I look at the question, it says incompatible functions. So I was just looking at the least one that would not apply to the DBA, but I thought information system planning as a broad, a big umbrella. But yeah, that's my thought process.
Okay.
I had a similar thought process as well. I felt like security should be the responsibility for everyone, especially a DBA. That was my thought process, and felt like information planning was more of a broader selection.
Okay, thank you.
Give me a thumbs up if you want to go forward. If anybody want to Chime in. Okay. Okay. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 A's, 1 C, and a D. We have another A. Do you guys want to break this down a little here? Anybody want to guess see why we selected or reasoning for selecting C?
Yeah, so I selected C. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
can.
okay, I'm sorry. Because in one part of my screen it says that I'm muted, but in the other it's not. So I selected C because the others look applicable, but some of that may not take a whole lot of technical skills and knowledge, especially if you are copying code or something or just trying it out. That's kind of why I thought C. Is you can have a novice hacker who got lucky.
Claudia? Wait.
Yeah, I chose A because when I looked at some of the rationale, I think the book talked about rationale of some of the attackers, and I applied it to these, not just for personal gain, but for revenge. That could be political gain. So we said political gain, getting back. So there are a lot of other reasons besides just personal gain, financial gain. There's just a lot of different gains. So when I went through sensitive information, yeah, sensitive. Went through technical, you need some type of knowledge. It might not be the best. It's malicious, carried over the internet. It's involved cyber, so that took the internet piece. And then using what the book said about all the different reasons for these attacks.
Yeah.
So when they said it's a characteristic that is not, wait a minute, hold on. Before you pick that, it said, with the following is not a characteristic of both of them. You know what? I missed that. Not a characteristic of both.
So it's not so a cyber attack can basically be malicious, can be carried out over the internet. I think the espionage deal with more of I think the financial gain.
Yeah.
I was thinking more espionage had to do with government sponsored, if you will. The first part, Claudia, you're on point with that. That's what I was thinking as well. It's not necessarily financial gain, but when I saw the cyber espionage, I'm thinking government sponsored hacking. That's why I went with C. Nation state, that was the word. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, I got you there. So
All right.
I got you there. So it's saying, so we look at nation states, you definitely have to be skilled, multi-aiming, and stealing sensitive information. So I think majority of people that selected A, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have more A's. So I'm gonna go with A, and then we can look at, all right. My reasoning for choosing A was the word personal gain for these type of attacks is usually that's not a personal. I look at more of an individual. These are more larger scale attacks. All right, just give me a thumbs up, or if you guys want to dive into one more. All right, I'm gonna select this one here. Two Ds and all rest Ds. All right, so it's like B.
I thought this one was a very easy one, but I was surprised that everybody went with B. When I saw the B's, my question in my head was like, who signs off the checks? Who decides, like on the disaster recovery and all that? I think that would be the chief operation officer, the big guy.
Go ahead, Claudia.
So it is a business application. So the business owner needs to say, when do we need it back by? And if all these people listed there, only the chief operations officer is the one that is going to be able to say, when do we need to be back up and running? The rest of these people don't have a stake in that.
Sweet. Awesome. Give a thumbs up if you want to move forward. Anybody have anything else you want to add to that? Right. Thank you, Victor and Claudia. Here. With this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Ds, 5 Ds, 2 A's. All right. Ds. So select this one. Awesome. Anyone have any input? Oh, go ahead, Victor.
So for me, I was looking at the question and I saw that it was a warning. I did think about picking D, but I saw that it was a warning, so I didn't think that it was the right time to declare disaster. It's just a warning, but I guess I was wrong.
Technically, when you look at, I guess I would like to see if we did a process elimination with this one, how would we if we had to remove 2 of these I guess responses here, answers, which 2 would we say does not apply to this?
B and C.
So B and C, remove those. So ensure the generators have sufficient levels of fuel and declare disaster. All right, I got you there. Go ahead, Esther.
So I think for this one, the very first thing that came to my mind was that therefore it's declared and it's coming anyway. Therefore, you have to, do the safety first and declare the disaster.
Okay, got you there. Raphael. I'm a Raphael.
Hi. I just went with D because I felt that all the other options were not the greatest, would enforce the employees to work throughout a hurricane. So I just went through the process of elimination. She said, in terms of safety, the 3 A, B, and C didn't seem the safest in terms of forcing employees to work during a hurricane. So I just went with D, but at the same time, when everyone was putting A, I was kind of in doubt because of it was a warning. It seems like it's the obvious answer now. So, yeah.
This one got me. It said Clara leads the company disaster response team. I look at it, she doesn't necessarily do the work. This would be for everyone else to do. So that's how I kind of looked at it. So, all right, I'll give it a thumbs up. All right, go to the next one. Okay, like everyone selected C. All right, just give it a thumbs up. All right, go ahead, Esther.
Sometimes some of these questions are really silly to me. It's just based on what are we answering this question now, really?
So, in which way?
Which type of access control is most efficient? Most efficient in what? If the goal is to, or is that something, okay, to the system owner, is it to the business? Those are the questions that actually confuse me a lot, and I just wanted to put it on the table for discussion.
All right, and Victor, that is hand raised.
So when I read the question, I right away, I only saw one access control. Hold on, discretionary. Yeah, I only see one access control really. So I don't consider discretionary and access control and decentralized. I don't know if anybody has any comments.
The first one is actually, to me, to the best of my knowledge, an access control. It's based off of the system owners or business owners discretionary. So that's one of the types of access controls, as far as my knowledge is concerned.
Yes.
You're right.
M,
Yeah.
M, I think you're on mute. SM.
Oh yeah, for me, when I read the question, I was thinking more of least privilege. That was why I selected the role-based access control.
Now, the Claudia, she selected D. So it said the type of access is most efficient. So I think discretionary, that's when the individual give access. Role-based is when you have groups and you create groups and add individuals to that group. Decentralized is similar to discretionary. Centralized would be more of a, like Active Directory. Basically what how I would take that. Centralized basically you have more control. Everyone connect to AD, LDAP, and you can manage it that way. So centralized would be definitely one of the options there. And role-based is actually that's a group. So I think more, so everyone selected B. So we'll go with B. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Dig, I agree. All right, role-based. Let's see the explanation why.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be role-based. But again, from other questions that I remember, it's the best access control because it's better to group individuals based on their role, easier to manage. Again, the question.
Yeah, I know in the in the book, it talks about access control. So all these are selected discretionary, role-based. These two are not really mentioned as much as discretionary, role-based. Go ahead.
Quick question.
Sorry.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I didn't raise
Go
my
ahead.
hand. You go ahead. I didn't raise my hand. Sorry, I
Sorry.
just forgot.
I'm just gonna be very brief. Decentralized means that all the decision power is within one person.
Yes.
So it means that it's just one person to make the whole decisions regarding the data, right?
Yes. Discretionary would be similar to discretionary.
No, discretionary is when someone asks if he can access a particular data and you give access. Sometimes it can be just read only, or you can edit. It depends on the kind of access you give, but you don't have any kind of editing or any control over the data. It's not as same as centralized. Discretionary is more like when someone requests to access a particular data, permission that they don't have in their role.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I think I can't pronounce your name. May. I think Mary asked. All right.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to ask why you chose for centralized access control. I didn't understand. I just had some glitch and I didn't understand what is that. Why you chose this centralized access control. And everybody said it makes sense.
I think a few people chose. Let me see here. I don't think no one chose decentralized. So out of all the, we have more people that chose B, and then we have 2 people that chose D, but no one chose right. If anyone, give me a thumbs up if you want to move on to the next one, or you want to stay here. Good to go. All right. We have 3 Ds and 2 As and 4 Ds. All right. I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna go with D. So wait, person. Anybody want to chime in? Just want to give a thumbs up. You want to move on to the next one? I have any questions about the subnetting?
I just took this question where it said what was the value of the server. I just took what address the server was. So I knew the server was 201. So I just used that. But it was a really weirdly worded question. I'm not great at IP addressing 4 or 6, but I did do a little work on it. But yeah, it's a really weirdly worded question. I agree.
Anyone else on this? Give me a thumbs up if you want to move on to the next one. So we have 2 A's, 3 B's, and a C. So select here. B. All right. Just give a thumbs up. You want to move forward to the next one. All right. So we have 1 D and the rest C's. All right. Give a thumbs up. Like 3 B's and a C. We have 4 B's. So we're going to go with B. Give a thumbs up if you want to move to the next one. So we have 5 B's, 6 B's, and 1 D. All right. So we're going to go with B. Hey, Claudia?
Yeah, I was torn between those two.
Yeah.
It was just like a toss up between those two, which was the more important one. Yeah, that was tough.
That one, it was. I was torn between those two as well. All right. Just give me a thumbs up to go to the next one. All right. Everyone selected D for this one. Good job. Go ahead, Claudia.
Is anyone scheduled to take the exam soon?
First week next month. I think the 6th.
Oh, awesome.
I'm gonna take mine in October, but I'm gonna be honest, and I haven't been saying anything, but I've been having an off day, and that's what I'm scared of.
What do you mean you having an off day and that's what?
Everything I'm thinking I'm having right is wrong. And with that, I'm not gonna lie, that's what's holding me back. That an off day could cost you $749.
Have you scheduled already?
I'm thinking about October. That's why I said I've been passing off on it, but I'm thinking October, but that's what I've been scared of. I've been very afraid of that because I do not want to have an off day, and then it's cost me $749.
I can give you my opinion. I've took the test before last year and I failed it. And what I did, I kept studying that. I kind of burnt myself out. You always want to have those off days where you're just knocking everything out, and then you have the times where you're not. But when you kind of get closer to the test part, kind of pace yourself a little, but I would definitely say schedule the test because you're going to continue, keep pushing it off because you're going to hit and miss. But you do have days when you knock things out and then there's the days you're like, man, it seems like I lost everything. But definitely schedule it and, continue to pace yourself and continue to come to the groups and stuff. But don't put it off if you can. I take mine in September. I'll be taking it again. So just don't put it off.
And be realistic. You don't have to know everything. It's really actually 700 points. You don't have to know every single thing. The biggest thing is to be able to get to a 50-50 chance, which is what we try to practice through a lot of this activity. And as I've said over and over again, I am not the most sound technically, but I was able to get through the exam and pass the exam. I get some super high score, pass with 100 questions. I passed with 132, but I could determine what they were asking me, what role they were asking me to play, and decipher most of the time what it is I needed to know the big topics, know the big things. You're not going to know every single thing. And 7 out of 10, C's get degrees. And it wasn't as horrible as I thought it was. We are doing a very difficult degree of test question banks right now, 1 or 2 banks. And, if you want to get the, peace of mind. But yeah, I agree with Reg, schedule it and go for it. You've been here, Alton, you could do it. I've seen you over these months. You've got this.
Go ahead. If you got this.
Sorry, Claude, you said you did exam and you passed it on 130 questions. Isn't it only 100 questions exam, or is it more?
So usually they give you, definitely max MSM. It could be a max of 150, but it's a hard time limit. But I've seen most people be able to, when they get 100, they're able to pass. I've seen people pass out of the United States. Some people have been able to get like 94s and things like that. But typically some of the high performers, they'll get like 100. If you look on the school site, they'll have success stories and people will say, oh, I passed at 100. I passed at 110. I had 13 minutes left to spare. And I had 130, 2 questions. People are saying like, oh, spend a minute on each question, spend a minute and a half on each question. I had to make sure I read each question and made sure I understood what was being asked of me. So definitely you got 3 hours. You can't do 5 minutes per question because you're going to run out of time. But because you do need to answer enough questions, but you're going to see at least, you've got to be able to, if you're going to pass 100. After 100, you're going to keep going till you get enough to satisfy that 70%. And once you hit 70%, you're going to stop, whether that's at 100, 110, 20, 30. And, hopefully it'll be before the 3 hours is over.
So it tells you right away once you pass 70 as you're doing.
It will tell you once you hit the number that you need to reach to 70, because ISC squared does not want to show you more questions than what you need. It's not going to show you the full 150 if you don't need the 150. It wants to protect their question bank. So it shows you just enough questions for them to know that you're going to fail or that you're going to pass.
All right.
Some people go all the way up to 150 and you'll see I saw a lot of same questions about threat modeling. I should have done a little bit more studying on threat modeling. I kept asking me the same question about, same sorts of questions about threat modeling. I didn't study threat modeling enough. And and finally I did answer enough of it to get past it. And I passed, but they'll give you enough questions for you to either pass or fail.
So is it kind of performance basis according to your knowledge? They kind of show you the next question in terms of what your degree of knowledge on the previous answer.
Yes, if you keep getting it wrong, they're going to find your weakness. So it's adaptive. So you've seen some of the videos about the CAT exams.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so it will test you. See some of these YouTubers talking about, and some of the Reddit pieces as well. I don't know how much you're into the Reddits that say, oh, the first 10 are, go fast through those or take your time through those. You know what? I just took my time through every question and answered every question to the best of my abilities.
Yeah, for me, just I'm worried about having the time to read the actual question and answer. But yeah.
Not all of them are long. Some of them are short. I didn't see any huge book questions. I did not have any. I know we're being recorded right now, so you're not allowed to really say a lot of things about the exam, but it was not as crazy difficult as we see some of these question banks, like if you do quantum exam, some of the confusing scenarios. I found it to be straightforward in the sense that it told me who I was. It outlined the issue. I needed to read it carefully and pick the best of those answers. If the universe was the question, that's what I needed to look at. I needed to look at the universe of that question, not bring my baggage of, oh, this is a incident response. What do I always do in incident response? No, look at the question. What is the question asking you to do? Who am I in this question? And answer it from the question's perspective.
Okay, cool.
And I passed the
thoughtful.
name. I'm glad it was. I keep coming because I want to make sure I'm there for my buddies. My buddies here.
Well, glad
We're getting through by the end of the summer. You're welcome.
It's SM.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna say, back in I think the end of June, ISC Square was running a promo where I believe it was $50 off. So I took advantage of that, and the reason why I scheduled mine for August was thinking, should I not be successful, I'll try again in September. So just a caution. I think Butler was the one that was nervous to take the exam. So I pretty much have 3 weeks to study. I started studying on the 6th, I believe, of this month.
Yeah. Also, I want to say the questions that I'm going through, they are the hardest questions. So this is not how the test would be. Every question will be like this. I just try to keep a balance when we do some easier questions and then some hard. But
Alton, I hear you about being concerned, like, oh my gosh, you could have a bad day. The night before my exam, I took a quantum exam and I got 3 out of 10. I did a quick 10 with my buddies and I only got 3 out of the 10 right. I was feeling low, but it didn't matter. You put in the work. You've been coming to group all of these months, and I think 6 weeks, heck, even 3 weeks, if you put in the hours, you study on the weekend, the topics, there are so many resources on the school site. The topics are the basic topics. You have, the triad plus the additional non-repudiation. You got your keys, you got your, oh my goodness, they're go through each chapter, each domain. But the thing about this exam is it doesn't test you domain by domain. We are at work. They are bringing it together just like scenarios. What are you going to do when things happen? Just like the one question. You're a tester and you see something. What are you going to do? You're going to tell your employer. You're going to tell whoever hired you. So understanding the processes, you don't need to know the NIST names. One of the things that I love to do was to do the OWASP top 10 list. I looked at that. I looked at attacks. I understood attacks and countermeasures for attacks, knowing cross-site scripting, all those fun stuff, but real life, day-to-day stuff. So keep studying. You got this. Don't push it off too much farther than October. Those are my words of encouragement. And with that, I'll stop talking.
Okay.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Just quick question. Do we need to bring a calculator or did they provide one?
They do provide it. You don't need to bring, you won't be able to bring a calculator. They make you take your watch off. Some places do a pat down, which was very nice. There on the screen, you have the calculator, which you can push. They give you a dry erase board for you to write down all your formulas if you like. You know, I've never heard anyone say they use the formulas. I think maybe one person said they needed the formulas, but just understand what the formulas represent. You know, it's really what's behind the formulas, but they'll have what you need. Don't need a calculator.
Cool. Great. Thank you.
Bring your IDs.
That's absolutely the thing that people are most forgetting about. They reach ISC too, and they're not going to bring their identification.
With the signature and clicking on that you, someone just recently didn't click on that they agreed to the code of conduct, or it's the one agreement. Click on it right at the beginning. You got to just click it to take the test. Don't wait. Click it. Click it. That you agree to their terms and their code. Click it and go.
Cool. Okay. Authentication.
So that's everything. Anybody have anything else?
Yeah. And I have my certificate finally. I'm a real CISSP. I'm a real girl.
Definitely congrats. And thank you so much for coming on. You definitely carried it.
I'll be here.
Definitely.
I'll be here through the summer.
Awesome. It's good to go. Well, that's everything. You guys have a wonderful evening, and let's start. We'll take up from tomorrow. I don't know who. I think Mike. I'm not sure who's Timothy. I think him tomorrow. So you all have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Reg.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Red. Good
You're
job.
welcome.
Bye.
All right, thank you.
See you guys. Bye, Timberlane.